How a House is Built by Gail Gibbons. Many people live in houses. There are many kinds of houses. They are built with different materials: log cabin, stone house, adobe house, cement block house. Houses are built in many shapes and sizes too. This is how a wood frame house is built. First, an architect draws the plans: brick house, glass house, frame house. And here's the architect. The architect recommends a general contractor who will be in charge of building the house. During the months ahead, the general contractor will hire these people to complete the project. The general contractor makes sure everything is done according to schedule. General contractor, surveyor, heavy equipment operators, foundation builders, well drillers, septic system crew, carpenters, plumbers, mason, electricians, heating specialist, drywall crew, painters, and landscapers. At the construction site, the surveyor measures for the foundation. He hammers wooden stakes into the ground where the corners of the house will be. A well is being drilled. The heavy equipment operators come rumbling up the road. They dig a hole where the fountain will go. The fountain will support the weight of the house. Heavy equipment operators, bulldozer, dump truck, payloader. Next, the foundation builders arrive. They dig trenches around the edges. Then they line the trenches with boards to make a form. Trucks move into place and pour the concrete. When the concrete is hard, the boards are removed. This is the footing for the foundation. The footing will give the house a firm base. So this is a concrete truck, foundation builders, the form, and the footing. Then the foundation builders build forms on the footing for the foundation walls. The concrete trucks come and go to fill the forms. The concrete floor and the basement is poured and smoothed over. The forms are removed when the concrete is hard. Tar is smothered on the outside walls so moisture can't get inside. The bulldozer pushes or backfills the dirt up against the outside of the foundation. The septic system crew arrives. They dig a hole and a lower septic tank into it. A pipe goes from the basement to the septic tank. The waste from the drains in the house will flow into the septic tank. Here comes the carpenter crew. Out come their tools. They bolt down boards, called the sill, to the top of the foundation. Then they hammer heavy boards, called joists, into place. Septic system crew, septic tank, carpenter crew, sill, girder, joist, beam, and header. The carpenters nail sheets of plywood to the joists, making what is called a deck. It is the floor of the house. Next, they begin to frame the house. They study the architect's plans. They saw pieces of wood to their correct sizes. They nail together an outside wall of the house. The carpenter's crew push the wall up and the nails go into place. There's a header, stud, and a sole. Another wall goes up, and another. Finally, the walls are in place. Window opening and door opening. See where the window and the door. Now the carpenters frame the roof. Roof rafters are nailed and to the ridge board. Soon the framing of the house will be complete. They begin to enclose the house by nailing sheets of plywood to the outside of the frame. This is called sheathing. Then they saw out the spaces for the windows and doors. Felt paper is nailed to the outside of the plywood to keep the moisture out. Here's the felt paper, the sheathing, roof rafters, and ridge board. On the roof, a carpenter is busy nailing down shingles. Other carpenters nail clapboard siding to the sides of the house. Day after day, the work continues. The mason is almost finished building the chimney. Windows and doors are installed. There's the mason. There's the windows and doors. Clapboard, a shingle. There he is hammering. Inside the house, interior walls are nailed into place. An electrician runs wire through the walls to the outlets and the switches. Plumbers install the pipes that bring the water to the faucets and carry waste from drains to the septic tank. Insulation is tucked between studs to keep heat inside the house. The drywall crew cuts and nails the drywall into place. They smear joint compound to the drywall joints to make smooth walls. So there's the plumbers. This is an outlet, the interior wall. This is the electrician. Insulation, the switch, the joint compound, and the drywall crew. Next, the finished floors are nailed down. Windows and doors are trimmed. The painters paint the walls. Everything is almost done. The electrician hooks up the light fixtures. Cabinets are installed and the plumber puts in the bathtub, toilets, and sinks. The furnace and the hot air ducts are installed. So here's the painters and there's the trim. And they're the heating specialists. They're putting the other things in. Outside, the landscapers notice that the grass they planted is beginning to grow. They dig a hole for one more bush. Landscapers. For many months, this has been a busy place. At last, the work is done, and now the house is ready to become a home. And these are simple shelters of the past. We have a cave, a earth hut, a bark hut, a grass hut, an igloo, a teepee, bamboo shelter, and a tent. The end.